Yep. Okay, and that's the time. We're ready.
Did you meet utility?
Yes.
Hold on, we did not make it. Yes, muted. Hello. Hello. Is your computer? My audio is fine.
Does anybody have her?
My nice too.
No.
It is, it's up here. I hear it by your back. Okay.
Oh, maybe it's, okay, we're. We're gonna go out. I left meeting.
Ready for that?
Yeah.
All right, do we start? All right, we are recording.
Okay. Then we will call to order the regular meeting and public hearings of the Hideout Planning Commission. You always say that I say this and I've never said it, but I'd like to remind participants that this is a hybrid meeting held electronically and in person. And we would like to thank Kathleen for all that she has done for us on Planning Commission. She does the best minutes, and we're gonna miss that. So thank you, Kathleen, from all of us.
Been a pleasure.
That's nice. Very nice.
Okay, roll call. Joel.
Here.
Brad.
Here.
Recording here, and I'm here. And we have a quorum. Okay, is there anybody from the public on the?
Thomas and Paul.
Thomas and DMS iPhone.
Where's Brian?
Where's Brian? Oh, yeah, he's in the audience. Cause we will open for public input, any attendee to speak on items not listed on the agenda. Is there anybody? Nobody's here. Okay, then we will close public input. Approval of meeting minutes, November 20th, 2025 Planning Commission minutes. Has everybody reviewed them? Any changes,
Yes.
questions?
Any changes?
Okay, would someone like to make a motion to approve them? I'll make a motion to approve them.
I'll second, if that's a motion.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the November 20th, 2025 Planning Commission.
And I'll second it.
All right, Joel,
I abstained because I was not here.
okay, Kat,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
and Glynis is a yes. Okay, and our agenda items. Consideration of establishing the 2026 meetings. Does anybody have any comments on this?
Well, Todd, before about going at 4 o'clock. Right, start.
But that's hard for folks to work.
It's kind of like the argument is that because they were going so late at night. That we talked about starting earlier, but it
Well-
was like, how do you?
Ours shouldn't be going quite as late anymore, I would imagine. I don't think we have any big subdivisions coming up, do we, Thomas?
Never know.
Well, you never know. I do think that we'll continue to work with subsequent phases for Elkhorn. Wild Horse will be here next month, but maybe after that you might get a bit of a reprieve.
My thought is that, and I think you said it, Catherine, for those who work, if you work till 5, it's tough to get here.
Or even participate on Zoom,
Yeah,
you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Um,
So it's not fun to drive on Zoom while you're commuting home.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. What about like 5:30?
well, I still go at 6 o'clock if everybody is.
I'm fine with 6. You're not gonna be here because you don't wanna be here. Oh, okay. There's still consideration.
So what do you think 5:30? Are you okay with 6?
It was, yeah,
Okay.
6,
6.
Yeah, 6.
6.
And still the third Thursday.
Yeah, except for the January
Except for
meeting,
January.
we have a trainer coming in to do some training with us on January 27th.
And that's a Tuesday.
That's a Tuesday, yes.
I looked at the dates and they don't conflict with anything for Thursday. That's good.
And Glynis, if I could just point out one thing, I think we moved the trainer to February 19th just because of some of the confusion with January. So we might have moved the trainer 1 month later,
Oh, okay, okay,
just FYI.
okay.
So do we need to move back to January?
No, we were,
No, that was to accommodate you all's schedule with some travel, and other things that was going on.
Okay.
Okay, does somebody wanna?
Sure. I move that we accept the 2026 annual meeting schedule as listed in the agenda. With a starting time of 6 p.m. on all of the dates listed.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Joel,
Yes.
Brett,
yes.
Kat,
Yes.
and I'm yes. Okay. Can we do our discussion and then the public hearing? Or should we?
Either way, you can introduce it, or it's up to you.
Okay, I think it's better if we introduce it, so.
Okay, do the introduction and then
Yeah.
then the public hearing.
Mhm.
Do that.
Thomas, you wanna take the floor?
Yes, indeed. So we're doing number one. We're doing these in order, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is probably something that might be pretty quick tonight. If you don't mind tapping onto number 1, Maria or Kathleen, who's ever driving. Who's driving?
I'm driving. We can let you drive if you'd like. I think.
No,
you're
no, you're fine. Thanks, Maria. I just couldn't see who was driving.
fine.
Perfect. All right. So you guys remember last month we walked through a bit of a work session relative to a potential rezone for the 3.5 acres that the town owns up on 248. Again, this is just north of William Wolf's property. This is the property that has been leased to the Wasatch Fire Department. And so as they continue to move through their process of getting their site plan work done, we want to make sure that we simultaneously move through our processes to get this rezoned. And so the recommendation is that this is currently zoned mountain residential. The recommendation is for this to be rezoned to neighborhood mixed use. Neighborhood mixed use would allow for public. If you go down just a little bit, you can see the site. You guys are probably very familiar with it by now. You can go down a little further. You can go to the next page actually. If we zone it NMU, neighborhood mixed use, it does list public services facility as a conditional use. So a fire station, a public works facility on maybe the south part of the triangle, if that materializes in the future, both would be conditional uses in an NMU. They would require a conditional use permit. So their site plan, their configuration layout would still come back to you for approval, but they would be an allowed use subject to conditions that could mitigate any impacts. And so the recommendation is NMU. If you go down just a little, yep, you're there, a little bit more maybe to the 2019. Go ahead.
So they'll come before us again?
They
Um,
won't,
next
they won't
month?
come before you for anything relative to zoning, but the site plan will come before you because it'll be a conditional use permit.
So the site plan will be under the conditional use permit.
That's right. So you'll see the detail associated with that.
And is that under is this project under the law that went into effect in January of 2025, where we'll get to see everything? And it
You
won't
will-
go to council?
Yeah, keep it. Yes, you are correct. Conditional use permits only come to the planning commission and they don't go to council. So once the fire station comes in for the CUP, that will be presented to you, the planning commission, and you guys will have the final vote on that. After that, there is no additional stop. The conditional use permit is approved by the planning commission. There will be a subdivision that will be associated with this property, probably before the conditional use permit. This is a minor subdivision. It does have commercial on it, but the way our ordinance reads, it is the most streamlined ordinance pursuant to state statute, and so it would stop with you as well. Even though it's got commercial development, there could have been an allowance to take it up to council. But Polly, correct me if I'm wrong. I think the way our ordinance reads is it's the most simplistic, streamlined that even the commercial and or multifamily could go to planning commission for recommendation and then council, but that's not the way our ordinance is written. It stops with you all. So you'll see the subdivision probably before the conditional use permit, and then you'll see the conditional use permit. Both of them will stop with you guys. I should say you'll be the final approving authority.
Okay, I'll ask my other question kind of regarding that when we do number 2.
Okay. And so I've listed the vision statement here for the general plan, preserving views, cultivating neighborhood atmosphere. If you see some of the goals below that, you could see that we do have some economic development goals and some transportation goals, general goals for the community. Certainly, a fire station is a health, safety, welfare perspective. In terms of its benefit to the community. You could argue the same for public works. It's important to the community. I don't think that this is in violation of any of the general plan elements. And so our recommendation would be for you all to review this proposed rezoning, discuss it, open it up for a public hearing, and make a recommendation to the council for the rezone. Any
Anybody?
questions?
Yeah, questions or comments? Yeah, let's open it up for public comment. What is it if you're online? Star six,
Star
star 9, star 6.
Star 6, star 7, something like that. Somebody should really know this. Very
Yes.
good.
I think it's star 6. I had to use it last night.
Okay, that's what we did. So fun. I didn't make sure we have that.
Yeah, I don't know if we even have anybody on or anybody.
I don't see anybody raising their hands or certainly could.
Okay,
4 people.
then we'll close public hearing. And do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we make a positive recommendation to council to rezone parcel 00000212486 from mountain to neighborhood mixed use.
A second.
Joel,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
and I'm a yes. Okay.
Great.
Moving along, we will discuss and possibly recommend to, so this was my question, do we recommend to Hideout Town Council? Doesn't this fall under the for the January 2025 one also?
Yes, so this is going to be. Consideration, you can only have one public hearing, so this is it. So even if for some reason this got continued, for example, there's only one public hearing under the state code. And based on our code, you will make the decision on the phase one subdivision.
Yeah, okay, so I guess do you wanna,
Even with the commercial piece in it?
Yeah, so the commercial piece, when we look through it and look through the code. The commercial piece triggers a concept plan review that they already had as part of
Okay.
their MDA, rezone. But there's nothing, so that's something that, I think that staff would like some input on of whether commercial and multifamily type development should go back, should go to the kind of the old way. State code does allow for it to go to planning commission with final approval by council when it involves commercial and or multifamily. But if it's single family or townhomes, then the planning commission is the designated land use authority for the initial review. And then for the final plat, there is a second level, but it's administrative.
so, Thomas, I guess my question that I had before, but I'm gonna ask it now, is, we got Dennis's, review, but drainage report and plans, like, we don't get to see that? Or,
So, I mean,
or we don't, what's that? We don't, like, there are some drawings, but there aren't drawings of, like, stormwater, there aren't drawings of, of elevation drawings there, you know what I mean? Like, is that supposed to be included, I guess is my question.
so two things. Just number one, unfortunately, Dennis couldn't be here tonight. He had a family emergency, so I will try to do the best to answer that question. He and I spoke this morning. He did say he was generally comfortable with this project. He did note that there were some outstanding drainage documentation, drainage plans that he needed, but he was generally comfortable with it, that if this were to get approved from you all tonight through the planning commission to open the public hearing, if it got approved, he felt comfortable that he could address that prior to final subdivision review and approval. To Polly's point, final subdivision review and approval is an administrative step now, according to statute. So that would be internal to us. So if you all felt like you needed to see the drainage information rather than just Dennis and our team, then that is something you could certainly ask for.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought was going on. I just in a past life, we got everything. And when the engineer would go through each phase, each issue, we would discuss it and the developer would either comply or not comply.
And it may be worth noting that I don't think that the full exhibit was what was attached to this staff report. I think that it was I think the more applicable components of the exhibits, but I think that Nate's engineer Paul Watson is online, and if you guys wanted to see a particular page or have him talk you through it, then you can certainly do that, because there are more pages. It was a very big document and it got very detailed, and so I don't think all of the pages were included.
Okay. Because this is our first one, I just want to make sure that we're, make sure what's supposed to be included, what's not technically has to be included, etc. but should I let you continue or should I keep asking my questions?
No, whatever you prefer. I can give you a quick background for this subdivision if you want, and then if you have questions, that might be the right time, and then I can kind of walk you through as best an amateur engineer that I will play tonight can do in place of Dennis. So yeah, I'll just walk you through very quickly. I think you guys are intimately familiar with the Elkhorn project, having just seen it a few months back, and then of course went through town council for the rezone and the MDA, the associated MDA. So this is for phase 1 of Elkhorn. It's 8.971 acres. The zoning contained within this is R3, residential 3, R6, residential 6, and NMU, neighborhood mixed use on that corner. If let's see, if you're able to scroll down to the next report, Maria, it might be easier if you go to the second page of my report. The aerial might help people yeah, keep going. The aerial might help people kind of visualize. So if you can see this aerial, you remember that area on the bottom right below the parking lot is the area that is the NMU, that area reserved for commercial down the road.
Where?
Say that again. Maria, do you know how to give me annotation?
Aren't the black lines? Yeah, not over here.
Right, that's not in this.
Phase, right, so I guess
Sorry,
I
what do you need?
don't understand.
That right there.
That's commercial? I don't remember that being
It's
commercial. I thought
technically,
that was a.
isn't that technically considered commercial, Thomas, because
What?
that's working for
Or the
open
trails,
space?
I thought.
So can you point to it, Maria, or can Joel guide you to point to it? I don't have access to annotation.
The,
Go up, straight up.
this, yeah.
To the right.
Right.
To the right,
That little box, that
Box
little
right there.
black box.
the box right there.
Right.
That go down, Maria, and go left. Go left a little more, right there. Go into the box. Right in the box is
Yeah.
commercial. That's NMU right there.
Huh,
And that is the area that was reserved. If you remember, there were some discussions early on with maybe a little bit more commercial to the left of what you see there, kind of incorporated around the pickleball court, et cetera, et cetera. As it moved through the process, there were questions whether that was a good location for commercial, et cetera, et cetera. It went back and forth. Ultimately, Nate agreed to reserve some land for commercial. I think it was about 14,000 square feet, or maybe it got increased a little bit, which is where Maria's pointer is now. And that is for Nate to develop commercial. If it doesn't develop as commercial, the MDA has a reversion clause that land reverts to the city, to the town, and the town could try to collaborate with a partner to do commercial there or otherwise.
okay, okay.
So-
Sometime.
So again, this is, of course, the spine road that goes up to, it's the emergency ingress egress road for Golden Eagle. That would, of course, be improved. That's all part of phase 1. And then, of course, there are some townhouses on on the left side, on the north side, and or the west side, I should say, and then some single family lots, in addition to the commercial area and the parking. It does meet. This is exactly what we saw in the MDA deliverables. We had a few conditions that we would recommend, just noting on the plat clearly where the stairways are located in this particular area. Also noting the width of the stairways, just so that anybody looking at the plat, that could be by way of a plat note too, just so that any prospective buyers know that that is what that open space is. A note that with regard to the driveway serving each townhouse will be separated by landscaping so that it's not all one concrete pad coming off of the main spine road going up to the top of this project. And then just including the open space that was noted in Exhibit K in the MDA as native and undisturbed, noting that would be land that is not touched, that remains undisturbed But other than that, this is from a planning perspective in compliance with the MDA and the rezone.
So I assume, sewer is gonna be following the main road?
Yes, and I think, Paul, are you on? I should let you answer these questions because again, I will do probably a CDF level version of Dennis when it comes to engineering.
Yes, I am on and
Great.
happy to answer questions.
So is the only sewer that's going in phase one, the sewer that will, be for phase one?
Yes, well, this sets up the backbone for the whole project, but the sewer coming
Right.
out of this is all in phase one and ties down into the existing sewer line in Highway 248.
Okay.
I have a question just looking at, it's page 22 of the packet. Where this road kind of connects next to Mustang development going out towards 248.
It's half a road,
It looks like the road's cut off.
about 10 feet.
Yeah, the width of the road is cut off. And are you going around Mustang development? And is the road, are you proposing that the road be narrower at the exit?
Our entrance.
Maria, stop right there and scroll down just a little bit. And I think, no, the other way, sorry.
Look on 26.
Yeah,
You could kind of see at the top of the screen, I think is what you're talking about, right, Joel?
Right dead center of the screen.
Right, right.
Where the cross hatching is?
But yeah, if you go to slide 26.
oh yeah, it shows you.
It
the-
shows
Yeah,
that
better there,
It's
yeah.
10 feet short on Mustang.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was about.
Go ahead.
Really?
So it is, the asphalt is exactly the same, and then our side of the road, we've given the right of way. So if we're proposing that Bob gives his portion, we've given. Our right of way. And then all the way over to Bob's property, and then when Bob comes in and develops, he would give his. We're giving up to the curb and gutter, then he would give after the curb and gutter, the public utility. Which is like either 6 or 10 feet. But the asphalt meets your guys's requirements.
But there would be no easement on that side until Mustang wanted to develop.
So the sewer must be on the other side,
Sewer's in the road.
in the middle,
In the road, I don't know if it's actually in the middle, but it's in the road.
in the road,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. And is that maybe what Dennis was talking about under his,
I haven't-
concerns with the roadways?
I have not seen the report. So,
Ah,
but we've met with Dennis several times, and this is the conclusion that he thought would be best.
Do we need to have him waive? He said he didn't get the report, staff reports.
You didn't receive them or you just didn't have a chance to look at them?
I received them, I didn't see them. It's fine. I've talked with Dennis and Thomas several times about this.
Yeah, so you have a right to have it,
No, we need to get to a vote tonight, so that's fine. I waive whatever rights I have.
Sorry, just a technicality. It's all
Right.
fine.
No, this is great. We've worked with staff, Thomas and Dennis, for the last month. We turned this in, the 19th of November, and we've been working with them since. And our understanding is you guys would vote on this, and then we'd go back and fix anything with staff
mhm.
that they wanted fixed. And so I really didn't even think there was a staff report. And I'm not concerned about the staff report because we'll do that over the next couple months before we record the plan.
Mhm.
If we get a positive recommendation from the plans.
The rest of the roadway is 27 and 27 and 54.
It's all, yeah.
And remind me what I get for the 54 feet?
Paul, how many, you mean asphalt?
Yes.
How many feet of asphalt in the 54 feet?
Yeah, we're basically building the whole road, including curb and gutter on both sides. The only
Yeah.
thing that we're missing is the side treatment on Bob Martino's side.
But the question is, how many feet of asphalt did they get for the 54-foot right of way?
Oh, 2 seconds and I can answer that. We're following the city standard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember. And the
And
only
so
reason is
it
because-
is,
Because it looks like
Well, yeah.
all the driveways to all of the little townhomes are short.
it's 30 feet of asphalt.
Yes, 30 feet of asphalt.
Okay. All right,
And the driveways, I don't think are short.
not when, yeah. Not when you take into account, the 4 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that will basically be just an. That could be just ended
No.
asphalt?
No one would even know driving up that road that it's missing the right of the PUE on Bob's side. You would not be able to tell one thing from
Mhm.
driving up the road. It has curb and gutter on both sides. It'll have 30
Oh,
feet of
well.
asphalt.
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
You won't even know.
okay.
Mhm.
And his is open
And is
space.
it just natural vegetation
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
right side?
Yeah.
If you scroll down to page U.-1, you'll see all the stuff that is questions you've been asking about where the sewer line is, where the curb and gutter is.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't have to.
We don't have, yeah, that's what I was.
Polly, is there any
What
concern
sheet page is that again?
going
Paul?
right? This
Well, so
property
there's
line?
like 70 pages in this set of drawings. And it's called page U.-1.
Do you have it up by chance?
I've got it up on my screen.
Maria, can he share?
Yeah.
No, state laws, you have to have center line of road plus 10 feet. Yeah, so we're going beyond that.
Okay.
And just
Yeah,
keep
we're-
that in mind.
yeah, we're
We're kind of
bas-
having side conversations, but let's, for the sake of the minutes and the recording, if we can just take turns. So go ahead, Paul. I know it's hard because you're not in the room.
All right, and if you want me to share, then you need to give me some rights.
Your co-host, I made you co-host, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, so I can hit allow. Okay. Okay, so you can see my screen.
Give us one sec. There it is. Good.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is page U.1. And like I said, there's about 70 pages in this whole set of drawings. So let me scroll down. So here's the sewer in the green coming down to the road. Black is your curb and gutter. Pink is your property line. So we're building curb and gutter, all the asphalt, curb and gutter, the trail, the dry utilities, everything else on the other side. And so the only thing that's not being built here is the side treatment, but you really don't have any side treatment over here anyway. So it's going to look just the same.
How far is that first house from the street?
The first house, okay, so I'm going to stop sharing and pull up my other screen then. Let's see.
The right of way or from the asphalt.
You're talking from 248.
Yeah, is that what you mean, 248?
No, I meant the entrance. So he just showed the houses and.
Right there.
Right there.
But that's not part of phase one. He should have been, he was just showing the overall.
Yeah. I just wanna make sure that the road. I guess we can address it in such states if they're too close.
Okay, so here is my CAD file. Now ask the question again. How close is the house? This
To the
down
road.
here?
I can't see anything.
And we can't see your.
It's phase two.
File.
Yeah.
It's phase
I
two,
didn't
she's
realize it was
concerned
phase
about.
two.
Can you see my screen now?
No.
Not
I
yet.
can. I can.
It took a little while. We see you, Thomas, but we don't see. Took a while. but-
If I'm answering the right question, the back of the townhomes to
Mhm.
the edge of asphalt is about 320 feet to the UDOT asphalt.
Oh, yeah, I think we got a little confused, because we're talking about phase
Yeah,
two
that's-
here,
Yeah,
and so
We don't need
we're
to worry
just,
about it.
yeah, we're just on phase one, so that'll be a next,
Sorry.
We're good.
I was confused.
end of the year type deal. Hopefully.
Okay, Polly, can I ask one question?
Yes.
Is there any concern about the road going right up to the property line of the of Mustang development? I have no idea. Is there any legal concern of putting that road right up against it?
No, I don't think that our code requires any setbacks for the roads and, I mean, are you talking about what's going to be the main kind of road all the way up? I mean.
Yeah, I'm just talking about that first section where
From 248.
Elkhorn Springs property line is adjoining Mustang Development's property line, and the road is just to the left of that property line.
Right. I don't,
And part of the
Yeah.
reason for doing that, it allows Mustang to connect in without having any gaps or overlaps.
It's actually illegal to leave a park strip. So they couldn't hook in. If I leave a strip at like 1 acre or 1 foot, he can't cross that line and hook in. That's actually illegal. So to answer your question, is there's nothing wrong with going right up his property line. It's illegal to leave a foot.
Have you talked to him about it?
I've sent emails and, yeah,
Yeah.
Thomas, is this,
sorry.
is
No, I
this,
understand.
I'm sorry, it's not phase one I'm asking this question about, but is this, the Mustang property, is that where the, right up against 248 where it
Kind of
goes,
slopes
it
down.
slopes down?
Yeah, it slopes down this way.
Yeah.
He has better access off of his access. What's that subdivision called?
Sorry, huh?
Sorry, no.
Golden Eagle.
Golden Eagle. It's a little flatter on his side of Golden Eagle than on this side.
But that's where it goes
Yeah,
down,
it's
where we wanna kind
yeah.
of put a tunnel potentially, but it's his property going down. Okay. I was afraid of that.
Okay, Nate, I have a question, and maybe between Nate and Thomas, you can answer. Okay, the intersection. It is the busiest intersection in the whole subdivision, is it not? Is your plan to have like a 4-way stop there? Is there any way to put like a roundabout there? Looking how close it is to those townhomes, I'm just going, man.
So we-
But it's also at an angle too.
We feel like a roundabout doesn't do anything there, and it has to. There's gonna be a traffic light at Golden Eagle that's approved with UDOT already, and they've agreed to have a turn.
Deceleration.
Not even a deceleration, it's a
It's
U-turn.
U-turn.
U-turn light there for us, so our traffic will come in and go to that light and come around and then go in our subdivision.
But I'm talking about that intersection right there. It's the most major intersection of the whole.
On UDOT's property.
No, on yours,
No, up at the top,
above the
right?
townhomes, right?
Ours
Right
is
there,
just,
in phase one.
there's nothing there. Right now.
I know, it's just, it slopes an
Oh, you
angle.
mean when we build?
Correct.
It's gonna be a busy
Phases.
intersection.
Yes.
We haven't even thought about that. Let us,
I mean, I look at it and I keep thinking, you're
Not
gonna have
that
traffic
No,
all coming downhill. That's gonna be the spot where people are gonna speed the most and coming down. You're also gonna have people.
isn't it that intersection
No,
that's
it's
the
this.
busiest?
I think it's gonna be this one here, cause
Because
you're.
it's four.
we'll have,
Yeah, and it's
we
also
definitely
connected
have
to.
four-way stop. Well, I don't know about four-way, definitely two-way stop. I don't think we'll have stop signs, and I don't know this for sure. This is something that Dennis needs to get worked out with Paul and probably Thomas, but I would think the main road going up to, Golden Eagle will not have stop signs on it, but the roads coming into it have stop
Feeding
signs.
into it would.
Yes.
I just worry about that being a spot where you're gonna say, people are gonna come screaming down that hill.
Yeah.
Well, I hope not, because there's driveways
I
there.
know.
I have one question about the road and the townhouses, so right there. If they wanna walk down the street or up the street, is there any sort of paved
Yes, there's-
walkway?
Well, what they decided at the town council was to have, 4 or 5 foot,
Five foot.
5 foot,
Gravel.
crushed granite, yeah. And it's on that side of the road.
Okay, so nobody in those townhouses are gonna have, if they're walking their dog or walking to a neighborhood mailbox, they're gonna have to walk on the road.
No,
Unlike you.
That's why I'm asking.
No, that's.
Very good point.
I'm on
that's-
shoreline and
Very good
it's
point.
death defying to
Really?
try to get to my
Yeah,
mailbox or walk my dog, get to the trail to walk my dog.
Yeah, this is something that the town council wanted and we added it in after the fact. It's not something we had on our plan. But it's something they wanted. So every road will have sidewalk on one side.
is that something that
Crushed
needs
gravel.
to be on?
It's showing on there.
Okay,
It's showing.
okay.
Is that the
Yeah.
little dance there on the left side?
no, that's the
The PUD.
public
It'd be
utility.
this,
Okay.
it'd be the map that Paul showed before. This has it on there.
Okay.
But it's on there.
It's like, take my word, that 54 feet.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's a good question, but I think Nate is right. Every road has a trail, a crushed granite trail on one side of the road that's 5 feet wide at minimum. And there are cross trails throughout the property and some stairwells that go between different lots for connectivity.
The stairway, you can see it on here right now. It's in
Yeah.
between the 3 lots on the bottom part of the road.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll just be stairway and that takes you down to the main park and everything like that.
And I know there was a question about how wide it is.
We decided
That
20
was-
feet. 20 feet.
It said 12.
No, it's 12. It's 12.
That's 12.
Sorry.
The stairway?
Yeah, and it's in the development agreement, but the stairway is 12 feet wide.
Yeah, and I think, Dennis just asked that it be called out as a note, I think, on
On the flag.
Perfect.
yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, if we get approved tonight,
Mhm.
and we'll work with staff to get all their recommendations done before they will sign off on the final.
Right,
So we're just hoping to get it through tonight, and then we'll get all those things fixed, or whatever they wanna see on the plat, you know.
And just for clarification, with regard to this stairway, it's 12 feet of I guess
East.
common area width, and the stairway will probably be like 5 or 6 feet wide, or whatever we end up accepting.
Yes.
Hey, Thomas, I have a quick question since I think Brad mentioned the stop signs. Where does, if we feel the need for stop signs or somebody feels the needs for stop signs, where does that come into play with this? Is that with administration? That's not planning commission, is it? Or is it?
If you guys have a recommendation, you can certainly make it, but ultimately that would be at time of town engineer reviewing the final subdivision. That's not your last shot at that issue, though. If there is an issue that the town engineer or the council observes once a project is developed, they can certainly request further exploration and signage if needed.
And just for example, we added a sign in Deer Waters 4 years later. We got a sign up there probably 4 months ago because someone said this needs to be a stop sign. We did that. Deer Springs, I don't know if you saw that we cut down there was a blind spot in there. So I had my son who just started a construction company come up and we cut that down about 8 feet. So things happen and
Mhm.
some developers won't do it, but I'll do it every single time and come and fix those things that we're not aware of.
Do you wanna save me from being
If we want,
trapped in my house?
Yeah, right.
And Deer Waters, my shoreline?
but we weren't aware of this blind spot in Deer Springs. And I
Yeah.
drove up there and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's kind of
It's really
scary.
bad.
And so we fixed that. It's just, things that we don't know about. And, there may be a traffic sign or something that
Mhm.
you guys wanna see. Yeah, I mean, you have my word, it's okay.
And I believe that you'll do it. I just
Yeah.
needed a
No,
clarification as to
This is
when,
my-
where and who. does all
With
that.
this new code, the state code, this is my first time also of just coming with you guys one time and don't go to town council. I kind of like it because town council likes to go till like 11 o'clock at night, but mostly because of my stuff, but so this is, the change is made and so we live by it, but so, yeah.
Okay,
And I can show you all the stop signs if you want. I mean, the short answer is any of the roads coming into the spine road has a stop sign, but As of right now, the spine road is continuous drive-through. But if you want me to add more stop signs, like at this intersection, and add 2 more in this intersection and have them stop, I'm glad to do that.
I don't know if it'd be smart to put in speed bumps.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I
what
was
are you
gonna
doing
say,
about the speed down?
Yeah, that's, since you're gonna have all of the construction end up going down that spine road, you know, those people in the townhomes are gonna be having a lot of dump trucks go by or whatever.
I know Bob Martino does not wanna use the spine road,
Yeah,
even though that's his second access. So maybe it won't be as busy as we think.
maybe not.
Does the speed, when does the speed limit get?
Established.
Yeah, yeah.
Talking about the sign?
No, the actual.
No,
speed
just the
limit.
actual, like, how do you know?
Whatever your code is.
We're following the code right now for a 30-mile
But-
design speed, but if you want me to drop it down to 20, I'm glad to do that.
Yeah,
then you have to look at the code.
he said it's 25, but he's happy to drop it to 20.
Oh,
I think he said 30.
Well,
I think
I
it's
just-
30.
Oh,
I think it's 30 right now, but I think, Paul, you said you drop it if requested.
yeah, if you guys want it dropped, I'd be really happy to drop it.
yes, please.
Okay,
well, no,
so make
people
that,
are gonna go what they're gonna go.
And if you add.
No matter what
yeah.
the speed limits.
But if you add stop signs, it forces them
Yeah.
to at least slow down a little.
California stuff.
And I think when you plan around them, it's easier than when you have a long stretch that they don't exist.
and this road is, this road is a long stretch without a stop sign.
Yeah.
So we could look, make a recommendation to look at maybe doing, and I don't know your code, if you can actually do speed bumps, but we could have, if you make it a recommendation to look at that, Dennis and Paul can look at that.
Some speed mitigation plan.
What's
Yeah,
that?
and Brad,
I
I
think
like
there
your
needs to
idea.
be
of
some
stop
form
sign,
of
that
speed
four-way,
mitigation.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just see a lot of people
Um,
booking it down there.
flying through there.
I would suggest first putting in the stop signs and the speed limit signs and doing the speed bumps as a secondary thing, because
Yeah.
snow plows hate the speed bumps.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
pretty sure Dan Allen in our public works would prefer the stop sign first and then consider
Yes.
speed bumps. Yeah.
Let's put in the stop signs, that would be great.
Yeah, let's do that, and, does anybody know, does our code say anything about, where I moved from, you had to have like 80% of the people who lived on the street where the speed bump was gonna go, had to vote for it? Because I know
We
Don.
own it all, so we vote for
Yeah, but we'd rather, like I say, I know.
No, I
with my
know Don
other-
that didn't like it in front of her house because it
With
made a
other-
lot of noise.
Other subdivisions we've had, I know the, maintenance crews do not like speed bumps.
Right,
So let's try this and see
Yeah.
if put a
Yeah.
four-way there,
yeah.
and if that works, then great.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, then we can come back and.
I know driving the speed and adding the
Yeah.
signs are a good step.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this can be addressed in phase 2 if there's an issue, or 3, we have, I think, 8 phases, so.
Yeah,
Okay, Thomas, I have another question back to the stairs area, since legally that section is part of parcel A open space, you don't need to have a public easement then set on that, is that correct?
That's how I've got it platted, is as open space. So this is the same as all of this.
You are correct, Brad, and you are correct, Paul. It doesn't need to be dedicated specifically as an easement. Typically, what we do in the open space on the plats is require the open space be used, be dedicated as public utility easements, or I'm sorry, public access easements for trails, depending where they may go. So that typically gets incorporated into the open space so that there is flexibility to move them if needed.
Yeah, I'm happy to add that in there if that's what you want.
And that's typically what we've done in Lakeview and in the other subdivisions, just so that if the trail moves, the public has the right to access it.
Okay.
Well, who will hold the open space? Will it be the HOA?
Yes.
The HOA.
And is there going to be one HOA
Yes.
phase or just one?
The whole thing.
There's one caveat to that is, under Utah law, condominiums have to have their own HOA.
Okay.
We do have stacks of flats, so you'll have a separate HOA for those.
They will be their own their own HOA
Or
And-
by state.
and also part of the development HOA, or will they just totally be
They'll
independent?
just be their own now. You could have joint use agreements if you're sharing some amenity or something, but it, like, you know, by state law, have to.
Why don't you stand up and introduce yourself? I don't know, you guys know Eric? Okay.
Well, my name is Eric Davenport, I'm general counsel for Home Zones. But, Utah code has an entire section on condominium. And HOAs relate to condominiums. The property's held differently than, the townhome. The condominium owners all own an indivisible, share of the common area. They typically either based upon the number of units or based upon their square footage of their units. But whereas a townhome association, they'll just own it typically. The actual homeowners association will actually own the common area.
They're gonna use the pickleball courts and they're gonna use.
So what you typically would do in that situation is you'd have the joint use agreement between the condominium, and we do it all the time, association, townhome association, and they work out the costs, say, okay, we have 30 members and you have 10, so we'll pay, 3/4 of it, you pay that type of thing. Thank you.
I think that's in our phase 3 or 4, I don't remember, but it's down the road a little bit. On those.
There were a couple items in the report, if you didn't see the report, and I just want to bring them to your attention. Engineering had questions about natural drainages. The drainage plan should replicate historic drainage patterns in the area.
Paul, will you address that?
And Paul, let me go through these couple others. The drainage pre-treatment was not addressed in the report or the project plans. The drainage report did not address how lots and the natural drainages are protected. And just what our engineering team asked that we ask you to continue to work with engineering to address these deficiencies.
Yeah, I'm happy to work with them. So we basically, all of our hard surface area, all the roads and everything else go into our detention basin. So out of every catch basin that we have on here, we have a drainage area. So we figure out the hard surface, how much is in the lands, how much is in the landscape, hard surface, natural, all that. But everything that we're generating, all is ran through detention basins. So our pre-treatment is in the detention basin. And then the historical flows are just routed around us. So we have, for example, a channel down through here. And so we're not dumping any of our stuff in until after it's been treated for 24 hours. So you'll see these orifices out that are really small, 4.5 inches.
Paul, are you sharing your screen, Paul?
I believe I am. Mine says I'm sure.
Maria, I think you might need to click on the top tab that says Paul's screen on your Zoom screen, because I think you might be just seeing what you were sharing. Do you see that?
And see, what does this one say?
There's kind of a tab at the top of your Zoom screen, and
Green and red.
Oh, right here, sorry, yeah. And.
Little stop.
did
Can you
that
share?
you guys see? I see it, but I don't know that you guys. I'm toggling my own tabs, so I can see it, but I don't think you guys are seeing the right screen.
There it is.
See it. Sorry about that, thank you.
Also, why don't you start over, because this is important with the drainage.
Okay, so every drainage area or every catch basin has a drainage area that we figure out. So every drainage basin, for example, has our overall square footage, how much is going in as landscape area, how much is going in for hard surface area. And then we size all of our pipes to handle a 100-year storm at 80% capacity. So we're above what they require. Out of all those hard surface areas, then we run through a HEC model and then run that through our detention basin. So our pre-treatment is done in the detention basin. So we hold our entire subdivision in our detention basin for 24 hours and let it go. And that's why our orifices are so small. So for example, the entire drainage area goes into this basin, but I only have a 4.5 inch orifice to allow it out. And so what that does is it allows the silts to separate out over 24 hours. And I could go over all this stuff with Dennis as well. But
But just so you know, I think your question was, we're not dumping any water into the existing drainages that are there now.
well, not until, I mean, it goes through our pond and gets cleaned up and then it goes into it.
Yes.
So if you had 10 CFS going into this drainage channel before, we have like 0.1 CFS because we throttle everything down as part of the Clean Water Act. And then, like I said, then it's released over 24 hours. So a storm comes through and it's already passed way before any of my waters really is going into this channel.
Paul,
And
will you have a detention pond built as part of phase one?
we have to build a lot of the detention basins because our detention basin is on phase one is way over here. So we have a lot of offsite stuff in phase one. So our phase one comes down the road. But yeah, we have to build our retention basins
So
in
it goes
phase
over to
one.
that left, it goes over to that left pond.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So I mean, we're only building the road, but I have to put in the pipe infrastructure all the way down, down through here, and then
So,
do this
Paul,
pond.
one of the things we'll want to do then is make sure that you guys provide us a plan that shows the estimated limits of disturbance because it'll be outside of phase one, what is illustrated on the subdivision, right? Because that's well outside of phase one, right?
Yes, yeah. Phase one is this pink line right through here, this thick line.
Right. So we would
And-
want to see that and we would want to see the limits of disturbance kept as de minimis as they can until that phase comes through for construction. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah, but yeah, we want to put the pipe in only once. And so we've got the elevations and where everything goes. So I agree, we want to keep the disturbance as little as possible until a future phase.
Right.
But we don't want to be building multiple detention basins and then moving them when another phase comes online.
No, that makes sense.
Well, Paul, when you turned in your limits of disturbance, was that included in that? Do they already have that in their packet to Dennis?
I believe it did.
Okay.
And did you, Paul, get, Dennis's, staff review?
I did not.
So one of the things I think I should do is maybe I could share my screen, or Maria, you go back to yours because I do want to walk through a couple of things that Dennis did ask me to share with you all. Maria, can you pull up the packet again? Just so that you guys see his report. You probably have it in your email or the link, but just so you are aware. Okay, if you can scroll up, it'll be at the top of my report. So you've probably got another 10 pages to go. Let's see if I know what page it's on.
And I can share my report if you guys want to see that now.
It's right there, Maria, if you zoom in there.
That's just what I was reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Joel read out. So Joel read the
Drainage
the bolded text says drainage report and plans. So we definitely want to make sure that you work through that in detail to the town engineer's satisfaction for the drainage report. And the top one, traffic impact study. The applicant must obtain an access permit from UDOT for the intersection with 248. And again, everybody understands this is a right out and a right in only, right? Everybody understands that is how this intersection will work until the light goes in up at the Golden Eagle Road, at which point they'll be able to make a U-turn, but it'll still be right in, right out. It'll just be an easier opportunity for them to get into this development. Dennis noted that the geotech report met engineering practice, and Then there were a couple of items he noted at the bottom where it says project plans. Some additional material must be provided, a wetlands delineation report. There were some questions that Dennis had about the operation of the sewer system. That needs to be resolved to his satisfaction. He questioned who's responsible for maintaining the pressurized sewer. Do you guys know of?
It's going to be JSSD, I
It is
believe.
JSSD, okay. Confirm that with him. He had a couple more questions about the storm drain systems, and he noted that the roadway's typical section did not match current hideout engineering standards. Was this typical section approved by the town and by the prior town engineer? I think this does meet the alternative standard, I think. So we'll want to confirm that with him.
And is that, I was thinking, Thomas, that was the entrance.
Oh, maybe
where it's-
that was the entrance that's adjacent to the property line.
Yeah,
Yeah, that may be that. I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, because I believe that we are following the city standard for the roads.
Right, we have the two standards, and I thought you were following the alternative, but we can confirm that with him just
Okay.
To ensure compliance. And then as Joel noted, there was just a request to continue to work with the engineer based on the planning commission's direction to do so as a condition of approval.
Under the traffic impact study, that second bullet, the project plans include deceleration and acceleration lanes, improving access, but I thought UDOT didn't give approval for that.
Well, we will have approval for the ACL decel lane. What we do not have approval is to do a left turn into it or in it or out of it.
Got it.
So if you're driving west, you'll hit a decel lane and turn into the subdivision. Once you
Okay.
leave the subdivision, you're going to turn right and have an ACL lane to merge with traffic.
Oh,
And so if somebody wants to go to Camas.
I was just gonna say, can you turn left?
No,
Oh,
no,
we want to, but we lost that fight.
So where will they,
they can either go
Smith's.
up and through Golden Eagle.
They'll be shopping at Smith's, not Fairtown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until the light goes on,
until the light goes in, but once the light goes in,
then they'll put
then
a,
they can turn.
then they'll do a U.
We had this battle with, you, I don't want to talk about it, we had this discussion with you 5 or 6 different times and they said no.
yeah, so even when the light goes in at Golden Eagle, people will still, if they're eastbound on, did I say that right? Yeah, eastbound on 248, they will still have to go up to Golden Eagle, stop at the light, make a U-turn, and then come back in. They still can't turn left into this main road.
But they can
Correct.
turn left out of it once the light goes in,
Mhm.
Out of,
to
No.
go to Camas,
oh yeah, out of Golden Eagle they can.
out of Golden
Out of
Eagle,
Golden
but
Eagle, but
Elkhorn.
Right,
Not out of ours. Now, our second access, we're still working with UDOT on that, and that's our phase 4, 5. That's 5 years down the road, but we're working on that now. That may be different. That may, we may,
Roughly the existing driveway up
yeah,
there,
the driveway.
so that's a
We're
possibility.
hoping that gets a right in, right out and left in. We hope all that, but we don't know
Yeah.
that for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So if that's the case, then our traffic will go there and then come up to go to Camas.
Mhm.
There's gonna be really no reason to go to Camas. When we have Richardson Flats,
Hope something.
we're starting.
That is
We're hoping in January you guys see this, so
Great.
Oh, wow.
Richardson Flats, yeah. Cool. And then there's no reason. So, kind of
I feel like that's such a tease.
I know, and we're getting really close to turning in our plans to start phase 1.
Don't we already have your plans for phase 1?
Probably, but we gotta get on the agenda, new things have changed, so, but we're hoping in January.
Wow,
Big project. So you will have more subdivisions.
no, okay. Yeah, but they're not under the new though, right?
No, it's I actually don't know, but
it
I
will
got
be
some.
under the new. It will be under the new.
I may get
Topic,
sidetracked,
let's
but, yeah,
continue.
I don't wanna get off track.
Any other? Any
Just,
other-
just one quick thing from my perspective, Paul, just so you know, with regard to that limits of disturbance, I didn't see that. I just scanned the file. So we'll want to make sure that we get one that shows the maximum limits of disturbance for that.
Okay, all right, I'll work that out with you.
Perfect.
So the plan is to take your write-up, Thomas, and then take Dennis's write-up. We'll make all the changes you guys want and turn it back into you guys.
That's
So,
fine. Yep, that's correct.
One other thing said that they must provide a wetlands delineation report. Did you ever find any?
There was one, I don't believe it's wetlands. We took a wetland guy up there and we didn't have approval, so I didn't want to spend $17,000 on delineation. It's in our phase. I want to say phase 3 that there might be a wetland issue. We don't think it is because it's man-made. It comes underneath the road, the water. There's a pipe that goes underneath the road, a storm drain pipe. So we think it's a man-made wetland. I'll get confirmation on that in the summer. You can't do a wetland delineation variant.
Yeah.
But it doesn't affect one at all.
And it's in phase 4.
Phase 4. Okay.
Okay. Okay, should we open public comment or is there any public?
Yeah, you should open the public hearing.
Public hearing, all right. Okay, we'll open public hearing. Do we have any?
I don't see any.
We don't have any public
hands.
here. So I guess we can close
And
public.
remember, if you're online, it's *6, but I think DMS is just listening.
Is there somebody with
I
a
think
hand
it's
up?
D.
They do.
I don't know.
Oh, there's a chat that's been there.
Okay.
Okay, then I guess we can close public hearing.
I have one final question.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing with your commercial?
Okay, good question. So when we first started, when you guys saw this, you would have seen it because you're new, but when you started this, it was about 13,000 square feet. We were talking about a 2,500 square foot building. And we also talked about bringing food trucks in and setting that up for that way. We decided not to do that. And I think the council wants a building if we're gonna do that. So they didn't want food trucks. So we expanded the commercial to it's almost 3/4 of an acre rather than roughly a third of an acre. So we made it a lot bigger. And if I don't do anything on the commercial within 5 years, that commercial piece, the property, the parking lot, all goes to the city. Then they can do with it what they want.
And is that on the west side of your spine? Or
East
is
side.
that
No, it's on the east side.
small piece on the east side in phase 1?
Yes.
Yeah,
So we'll build a parking lot. The parking lot for now will be used for
trails.
trails. But dog park trails, but if we actually build something, whatever say I have a restaurant that wants to come in, there's some nice views there. You can see it from the highway. That's why we decided to put it over there.
Mhm.
So if we can get a restaurant there, we may have to expand the commercial piece and the parking lot. We want to make sure we have enough parking for the trails, dog park, and
Mhm.
the commercial piece. So that would be something we'd bring back to you once we know who's gonna go there.
Mhm.
You know, I don't, the commercial is much better after it gets built out up there.
Mhm.
And Golden Eagle gets built out, Soaring Hawk gets built out, and Tuahey continues to get built out. That's when that commercial piece is gonna be good. I don't know that I'll be building that in 5 years, but if someone comes in, we'll have signs up there, we'll advertise it, put it with a commercial agent. If we can get some in there, we'll build it. If not, we will give it over to the town and that piece will just get better over time with more homes being sold. So.
I promised last question, because none of our drawings show it, guest parking spots for the houses.
Paul, will you address that? Cause it's,
Ask that question again.
What is how many guest parking spots do you have for the area if you exclude the commercial?
Well, so for example, every townhome has 2 in the garage, 2 in front of the garage. Then down
Yeah.
in our
Like-
pickleball area, then we have some additional parking, but we don't have a lot of other parking for everybody else. Everybody is intended to park in the driveway in the townhomes or at your house if it's a single family residence. Unless you're using the trail system or something, then there's those stalls and there's the stalls down by the pickleball.
well, is there places to put parking?
I could put some more parking in there if that's what you guys would like. There are some places.
I know, like right there.
Let us look at that. We just make a recommendation.
Yeah.
We'll look at that because every time I drive through Deer Waters or mainly Deer Waters and Deer Springs, they're being used.
Mhm.
And so I think it's a good idea to have them.
It is, we have none, and if somebody has 3 families over,
Yeah.
2 cars in the driveway, there's no place else to
I
park.
think it's a good
Deer
idea.
Waters, you did a good job putting on the map.
If you could look at, yeah, if you could look at that, that would be,
Loved, yeah, I didn't know we didn't, so, and it's a good place to, put snow if you have, huge snowstorms, so. We do have places to put snow anyway, but I like the idea of having parking, so make that one of your recommendations.
It's also nice to put it by the mailbox. if
I was just
possible.
gonna ask, but are the mailbox locations, is that something that would be put on
Phase one.
here right now?
Certainly is, yeah.
Can it be near parking? Because I frequently park my car, get out to open my mailbox. And if I don't wanna block the road.
Yeah. We'll look at that.
So by a commercial perhaps to drive more people to the commercial.
That's a great comment. So I actually did not know we didn't have parking.
Okay. Yeah, right,
me
yeah,
there.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
It's nice that all you guys live here because you notice things that we don't as developers, and so I appreciate that.
So, okay. Joel, do you wanna give your hand at a?
I'm gonna need Holly's
you-
assistance.
Well, you did write those 2 things down that need to be written and,
Stop
need to be
signs.
included.
20 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
this, and this,
Max limits of disturbance.
and the parking stalls,
Parking.
mailbox locations. Sorry, should I say the,
Sure.
make the motion and you make the motion? Like,
You can
okay,
make
with
the
some.
motion.
You can make the motion.
You're allowed to
Yes.
make the motion.
Oh, I'm allowed to make the motion?
Yeah,
Okay.
you are.
Okay, then I move that we give a positive recommendation.
Are we giving a sorry?
Actually, you're going to approve it. You're going to approve the preliminary subdivision plan.
Okay, right, right. Yes, thank you. See, I already started. You should do it. Okay, I'll start again. I think we should do a positive approval of the Elkhorn Springs Phase 1 with the conditions outlined in the engineering and planners staff review. In addition, we would also like to include the limits of disturbance. Have the planner and the engineer look at parking stalls and mailbox locations, and 4-way stops are our recommendation.
And speed limits.
Speed limit of 20.
And stop signs generally.
Yeah. Yeah, we did say
Did we
that.
miss anything?
Okay,
I'll second it.
Joel,
Yes.
Brett,
Yes.
Kat,
Yes.
Great,
and
thank you.
Chris is a yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
What a good one.
But
You guys.
really, complete.
Call anytime. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for
Thank
all
you,
your
Thomas.
hard work.
Thank you.
Holly.
You're not leaving, are you? We've got another hour.
Thanks. Thank you.
Until 11.
Yeah,
Yeah.
usually it's my item, it is on the list. Thank you. Thank you.
You guys.
Thank you,
Good
Joe.
luck.
We'll see you next year. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thanks very much. Bye now.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay, do we have another motion?
I motion that we adjourn.
I'll second.
Plan meeting.
Yes.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We don't have to say. No. All in
Yeah,
favor,
we
you did all in
just
favor.
all have to
Yes.
say all in favor. Meeting is adjourned.
Thanks, guys.